I need all of my Trinities and my Neos to get on board and listen with this one. It's so important that you hear this message. Some of you have heard of the new Strawman burning party that I'm starting. This is another part of the Velvet Revolution. But I need you to understand something. I can only come up with this idea, and I can only put the videos out there. It is up to all of you to get the message out. And if it doesn't get out there, we don't make any progress. This is not about me. It's never been about me. If somebody takes my message and runs with it, fantastic. As long as we come to the same outcome, I don't really care who gets the credit for it. I really don't. Some of you might think that I'm doing this for popularity. I am not. But what you need to understand right now is that most people are in a self-driving car and they're in the passenger seat and they're watching life go along and they're just allowing that car to drive itself. And they're going along thinking everything's fantastic, but what's happening is that car is careening right now off of a cliff. And some people are just now sitting there and looking around going, maybe I should learn how to drive. It's a little late for that, isn't it? It is. It's very late for the learning to drive thing. And I give you that little example because what I'm going to tell you is not going to go down well with people. It's just not. But it's come down to a choice of go over the cliff with the car or jump the fuck out of the car. Okay, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. And some of you are going, I have to think about this. I don't know. I'm giving you 2 months to think about it. Okay, we're talking January 1st. This Strawman burning party is about a symbolic gesture of telling the system to go screw itself. All right? No, it doesn't take you out of the system. All right? But intent is like 90% of this. All right? And what you have to understand, first of all, if we on January 1st burn our documents, okay, the ones specifically that tie us to the system. Now, mind you, if you have one of those little stars and one of those little special driver's licenses, that's you too, because you've signed yourself into the New World Order system preliminarily with that so that you could ostensibly travel. Okay, but for the most part, we're talking birth certificates and social security cards. We need to burn those. The reason we need to burn them is a symbolic gesture to the universe that we're shedding our shackles, okay? This is us saying we're not going to stand for this anymore. What is the point in doing it? The point in doing it is that the Vatican Bank, which was established by the Khazarian Mafia after World War II, so it's a Jewish bank again, okay? This is not a Christian bank because in the old times, Christians were not allowed to lend money because they were not allowed to collect interest, but the Jews could. That's kind of interesting, right? Okay, so here's the deal. The Khazarian Mafia collects on us, okay? We're chattel to them. They trade us on the stock market, and there's literally billions of dollars in every one of those accounts. And some of you have come and said, well, why don't we just get the money? And I've tried to tell you how many people do you know that have figured out how to do that? And that money is tied to the digital system. You're not just going to go, even if you figured out how to get the money out, you're not just going to walk up to the bank and pull out cash, okay? So that's another issue. You're not going to get the money, okay? It's never going to happen. they have ways of keeping you out of it. And when they figure out the loopholes, they close them right behind themselves, okay? The best that we can do at this point is try and subvert them. And by saying that, what I mean is that when you no longer have an identification, you're no longer in their system, technically, okay? Yes, you're still a ghost in the system, but even if you're walking around out there with no documentation, how are they going to know who you are? Yes, they have face scanners. Yes, they have all of this stuff, okay? I'm aware of all of this. Still, the idea behind this is to get everybody on the same page with non-compliance, all right? I started the Velvet Revolution in October, and this is just another phase of the Velvet Revolution, the Strawman burning party, which will happen on January 1st of 2026. We need as many people to participate in this as possible. This is like a step further beyond, let's just get out of the system. This is like, screw the system. We don't want to have anything to do with you. If you're still thinking about it, you haven't come to terms with what's really going on yet, okay? And what's really going on is we really are going off of a cliff. I know a lot of you are holding out hope for Trump or whatever. I understand this. I understand that you want to hold out hope. This is called hoping for the best and planning for the worst. And right now, with that car careening towards the edge of the cliff, it's time to open the door and bail, all right? I know some of you are too busy looking at the frickin' scenery to see it. We have to help people see it. And like I said before, I can only give you the ideas and the tools, but you have to do the work. You have to share this video. You have to do it yourself. You have to get other people on board and talk to people about it and not be afraid that you're going to be called crazy for doing this. Do you all understand that the craziest people in history are revered for how intelligent and how brilliant they were? Tesla, Einstein, Carl Jung, Edgar Cayce, John Lennon. Some of these people, Mahatma Gandhi, some of these people, I know I'm forgetting, a lot of people. These people were called crazy in their time. If that's crazy and they're still remembered today, call me freaking crazy. I don't care. What I want to do is exact change like those people did. How about Jesus Christ? They thought he was crazy. They put him to death. And I have a challenge, actually, for this new world order. If they want to come after me for this, I say go for it. Go for it. Come after me and make me a martyr. That would just make my day. All right? It would make my cause that much more important, because the people are what are important here. This is not about me. It's not about one person. Those of you who think that, you're going to be a king or a queen after all of this happens, maybe, but I'm just going to tell you that being a king or a queen isn't what was important here. Being a catalyst for change is what's important here. And if you were not a catalyst for change, then are you worthy of a seat as a king or a queen on a throne? Because if you're sitting on your hands and not participating in any of this, you are not a king or a queen yet. I need my awakened phoenixes to do this. Not just give it lip service to really do it. Because the only thing you're doing is destroying a couple of documents, but you're making a statement to the universe that you are not going to be a slave. Not any longer. That's what we're doing. And I need your help.